Hi Kelly. Hi Brenda. Brenda, hopefully more of these. This is my first one. Hi PJ. Patty asked, when you bring the two sides together, are they overlapped ever so slightly? Are you talking about when I did these two sides? They are just slightly overlapping the first two. And if I didn't understand your question correctly, please let me know. Are you doing the basic star pattern? Kelly asked. Yes, this is the basic star. And I do have a link in the description to the basic star pattern. We have a full tutorial that explains every step by step, if you're interested. And it is free. Jody asked, what size are the pieces? These are 2 by 3 inches, roughly. Pull this down just a touch more. Kelly said, actually I meant after you put the first pin in the point and then fold and bring the two sides together. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yep, just a little overlap, like right what I'm doing right here. A little overlap so that one pin will hold both sides together. And it also gives you a nice straight line down the center. Kelly said, I've done several of your basic star patterns and I'm participating in the 12-week challenge. That's awesome. That's awesome, Kelly. Sarah's here. Hi, Sarah. I just thought it'd be fun to make an ornament with you guys, just kind of hanging out. I won't go through like every single detail of the pattern, but we do have this pattern available for free with a step-by-step tutorial, and I did add a link into the description. Eventually I'll figure out how to put some music to the background, some uncopyrighted music. For now it'll just be the sound of painting. You hear music? Oh, is there music playing? Let me check my settings because I was messing around with some music for trying to figure out how to do it, but I didn't think I did figure out how to do it. That's funny. Oh my goodness. You guys, I'm so sorry, but I need to turn that off until I figure out how to put uncopyrighted music on. Well, I figured out how to add it, so that's step one. Now it's going to be real quiet, like crickets. Yeah, this is my first public YouTube live stream, so of course that's going to happen. That was probably really nice too. Dances with Artworks said, it's okay, I'll sing. Kelly's says it was soothing music. Yeah, I was trying to find something that I thought would be nice. The problem with that song is, besides the fact that I didn't register it yet so that we could use it legally, but also it was like only like a minute long, so it's going to keep repeating itself, so that would probably get a little bit annoying after a while. Brenda said, actually, I prefer no music. I'm one of those people that if I hear a repeating piece of music, it's in my head for days. Yes, I agree with you. I want to get something, like I want to have a couple of things playing in the background where it doesn't become too repetitive. This piece is giving me trouble. Patty said, actually, I like the silence, or just have you talk while you're creating. Would love an explanation of the steps of what you're doing. I'm a newbie. You know, I might start doing that a little more. This is my first live stream on YouTube, so I thought I would not put too much pressure on myself trying to teach the entire pattern, which is why I'm kind of being quiet for the most part. I'm not being as quiet as I thought I would, though. I'm talking more than I expected. But we do have some step-by-step videos that show all the instructions, and I did put a link to this particular pattern in the description. But as I get a little more comfortable with this, I'll probably be better at describing every step. I wasn't really sure what to expect with this. That's coming out pretty cute so far. We're going to make this a 3-layer ornament on each side. Are there 5-fold patterns like this? I'm not sure what you mean by 5-fold. I like the contrasting colors in the fabrics. These are really cute fabrics, aren't they? Patty said, thank you. You're so generous to share the free pattern. You are very welcome. We have quite a few free patterns on the channel. So if you are not subscribed, please do. I would love it. Yeah, we do have like a 5-pointed star kind of thing. We do have some that have 5 points. I've got a link in the description to our shop, and if you go to the pattern category, you can see the whole array of patterns that we've got. There's quite a few of them, and there are a few 5-pointed stars. I love how you don't measure and get it all so symmetrical. I need to always measure, and I love the OG measuring tapes in the supply store. Thank you, Kat. I do have to measure sometimes. This particular pattern, I'm pretty good at eyeballing, and it might not end up perfect, by the way. Sometimes things get wonky, but I have some patterns that I absolutely have to measure for. Gotcha. Gotcha dances. Rhonda asked, what size are the fabric pieces? These are all roughly 2 by 3 inch rectangles. I kind of eyeballed cutting these too, so they're not perfect. Thanks, Patty. Kat, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. These are sometimes called quilted ornaments, although they're not really quilted. They just appear to be. No-sew quilted ball ornaments is kind of what I think most people call these. I do think that some people who do the tamari and the kimekomi, I think I'm saying that maybe correctly. A lot of people who do that do these too. I've seen a lot of crossover. Patty said, how long would you say it takes to complete this ornament start to finish, and where do you find the embellishments for the top part of the hanger? So it depends. I'm kind of taking my time with this one, but under like 45 minutes, maybe under an hour to do one of these. We have a couple of patterns that are a little bit more complicated and take a little bit longer than this. This is one of our simpler patterns. And as far as finding the embellishments, we've got a shop where we have a bunch of these embellishments, but really any craft store, you can really get away with using so many different things like jewelry embellishments, scrapbooking embellishments, florals, everything that you can think of. So that's side one complete. I'm going to flip this over and start on side two. Kelly said they are really easy to make. If you haven't made one, I highly recommend getting the free pattern and giving it a try. I usually make one at night while watching TV. Yes, I agree with you, Kelly. They are really easy. After you make a few, they become super easy. And they look way harder than they actually are. Patty, thank you very much. Kat said, I get my 2 kits a month and I give them out with the money tip to a delivery person. When I get things delivered, they're always surprised. It makes them, oh, that's awesome. It gives them a big smile. That's so great. So you get 2 kits a month. Are you a VIP member and a Christmas Club kit member? I'm gonna use this longer piece of fabric to cover the equator once these 2 halves meet. Kelly said, I'm hoping that there are openings for the OG Club soon. We do have a Christmas Club opening very soon. It's coming up next week, actually, on Friday, the 24th. So if you're on my email list, you'll see some info about that. And then the VIP Club, of course, we're maxed out, but we are going to start a lottery soon to kind of get spaces, to give away spaces for that, because that one usually we don't get very many cancellations in, just because we don't open it up very often. Okay, awesome, Kelly. I can't wait either. That'll be fun. I almost missed my fabric piece there with that pen. You always have one side that comes out a little worse than the other. How much room does your stash take up? Well, my stash, my personal fabric stash is just this one room that I have. It's not a big room, and I have a couple of shelves that all my fabric is on. I have some in a hutch also, so I've got a couple of shelves in a hutch, but I also have our shop, the Ornament Girl shop, and we have a lot of fabric down there. Patty said, love your fabric choices tonight. Purple is my fave. Yeah, this is really cute fabric. In fact, I think we're releasing this bundle tomorrow in our shop. We have this as one of our ornament bundles, fabric bundles. I always love when we do the fall and Halloween themes. Patty asks, is your shop online only or is there brick and mortar location? Right now it's just online only. I have a building on my property where all of my team comes, but we're not open to the public right now. That may change in the future because we've outgrown my shop. My shop is it's just under 2,000 square feet building on my property, but we are crammed in down there. We need a bigger building, and we may be moving sometime soon. I've been trying to do this for a while, but moving is expensive. We've got fabric coming out the windows. And if we move to another building, off my property, then at that time, I think we would consider doing brick and mortar, or at least maybe doing classes and things like that. And what part of the country are we in? We're in Florida, Central Florida, not too far from Disney, actually. Last layer already. This went quick. Just south of Siesta Key, so you are not terribly far from me. That's true. I actually used to, or for a while, I lived in Port Charlotte. So I think I would have even been closer to you at that time. Patty said, I'm a quilter, so my fabric stash is huge. I think that we have mostly quilters that end up following this channel and joining our clubs and stuff, and I think it's because this is such a great way to use up your quilting scraps. All those little pieces of fabric that are left over. I want to start jumping on here more often and doing these. And one of the things I want to do is ribbon ones also, which we don't do a whole lot of, but I have so much ribbon from 10, 15, 20 years ago that I need to use. Christmas ribbon, all kinds of ribbon. So that's going to be something that I'm going to do on here soon as well. Absolutely, we never throw scraps away. That's sacrilegious. That's right. You might need it someday. These are perfect for scraps, though. Perfect way to use them. You only need a little bit for each of these ornaments. And I've even seen people make them where you don't even have to use all the same color per layer. Like, you can really make this scrappy and mix it up. Kelly said, OMG, I am in Northport and the end of my street is Port Charlotte. It's a small world. I lived there for 3 or 4 years. Have you got one of those huge computerized quilting machines? Nope, I sure don't. They look cool though. But Patty does. Patty has one of those machines. I'll do a little trimming. Oops. you can never be done buying fabrics because there's always more. There's always more pretty fabrics. I thought I was gonna do a double band on this, but I actually am rethinking that now that I'm looking at it. I think I'm gonna stick with the orange. I like it. So now we have some bow options here. I think I'm gonna do a couple mixed bows with these two and then one plain bow possibly. I'll do this one first. I've also got a couple of charms here that I was gonna hang from this. You guys tell me what you like better. I've got the little ghost and this little ghost with a pumpkin. I have one more, but I don't think that one, the other one that I have, it doesn't really fit the vibe. That's cute, but it's not for this one, so I'm gonna leave that one out of the choices. But I think between these two little cute ones, so tell me which one you guys like, the ghost alone or the ghost with the pumpkin. I think I might put one of those on there. Oops, went out of the shot there. Kelly said I want to do charms, but I haven't watched the videos to do those yet. You will see now then if I add it on there. It's pretty simple. One little baby loop on the end there. I think I'll leave it. Set that aside for a second. We have pumpkin, ghost with the pumpkin, ghost with the pumpkin. All right, well, so far the ghost with the pumpkin is winning. All right, I'm gonna make a gift bow, I think, with this because I don't have a whole lot of these ribbons, so I'm cutting off like 13 inches to use. Patty said, how long are your ribbon strips? So I think they were like 24 inches to start out with. Can't get a hold of this. So I made this ribbon just with the whole piece, which, yeah, like I think it was about 24 inches. And this one, I'm gonna do a gift bow style bow so I can mix the two colors together. And I started with about 13 inches or so, maybe 13.5 inches, and I'm cutting those in half. So what is that, about 6.5 inches each. get the pins. In a minute I'll see if I can grab you a link. We have a place where you can buy them in big boxes, like 1 pound boxes, and it'll last a long time, and it's the cheapest way to get them. Okay, so let me grab a chain for these. I think the pumpkin was the winner. Sorry, Ghosty, you'll have to be for another ornament. Maybe I should use a gold chain since this charm has gold on it. So that's an easy way to attach it. Just stick the little charm chain on there, and then whatever your bottom bow is going to be, that's the one you want to stick through the end of the chain. And I'm going to stick it through the second to last loop because I don't want it to hang too low. That's cute. Got that one wonky loop over there. I don't know if I love the off-white bow on here. I think I might go back later and get more of this other colorful ribbon and put that on instead. Maybe. Set that here for a second. We want to do a hanger. And I'm just going to do a little bead on a pin. You guys, this went almost too fast. I spoke too soon. I can't even get this through the knot that I just made. The whole ornament went fast though, right? Brenda said, now I want to get my ornament kit patterns out and make something. Love your kits. They're so well made. Thank you, Brenda. Yes, get to ornamenting. It's fun. This is always the most fun pin to push in the entire ornament, this top one, especially if you have good thick ribbons like I've got. Get a little extra fabric here, use as a cushion. Every once in a while you go to make one of these and it's like nothing you do will get that pin down into the top. Yeah, I feel like the ivory bow is just sort of like drab on the colorful fabrics. I might go back and change that later. But that's it. That went really, really quick. Thanks you guys for watching. I'm going to try to do more of these because it was really fun. Patty said, love it. So cute. I think I'll leave this live stream up. So if you have any other questions, please pop them in the chat and I will get back to you. Oh, and I will pop in a link to where we get the pins as well. Thanks you guys. I will see you soon. Happy ornamenting.